1. We are back with episode 4 of the Socks and Sandles podcast, part 2 of episode 3.
Yes, sir.
I've still got YUNGLAD with me.
How you doing, everybody? I hope everybody's doing well. Happy Mother's Day to all our sweet ladies out there. We love you. Well, some of you. I'm joking.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers that are there for their babies, you understand? Yeah. Even the teenage moms. Even your Happy Mother's Day. Mara wrong lento leyo no wrong lento yake into wrong wrong indaba ukuthi you celebrate Mother's Day this month and next month you're gonna celebrate Youth Day. I don't understand.
You're both. No.
Just kidding. It's a joke.
Yeah, just make everyone relax. You know, everybody be comfortable.
Fede, I still got Hloni with me.
Uyazi. Mina ngikhona. Asiyeni.
Namhlanje, I know last week we had just a quick recap of last week. We spoke a lot on Lelo's story, or YUNGLAD's story, about the whole spiritual journey he had from Christianity to Rastafari to spirituality and what his views on African spirituality are.
Yeah.
So today, I don't think we gave enough time to Hloni last week. I'm thinking today we give time to Hloni and hear.
It's your time today.
To hear his journey, to hear what he went through, what he has learned in his short life.
It is short.
It was long.
Nah, bro.
We haven't.
You're still.
All of us haven't lived that.
Still young,
you know.
Bro. Still need to make that guap.
Yeah.
Shit.
As long as you wear uniform, you have a short life.
Yeah.
So then, I think that's going to be the focus of this episode. Hloni, you can take it away, my brother.
Right. Good day to all. Right. Obviously, I was also born into a Christian home, like the normal Christian home. But then my dad wasn't Christian. My mom was Christian, and then
your mom was Christian though.
Yeah, she was Christian, like
full on, baba.
Full on.
She was. She still is, bro.
Yeah, she still is.
Cause like, dog, she gives us lectures on praying every day.
Exactly.
I'm like
and I'm not even there anymore. It's so weird.
And you can't even like express it because
she wants to understand.
Argument.
Yeah, she wants to understand.
Yeah.
So she was Christian. I went to church with her every day. Obviously, I'm born with the public and so now people knew her.
Yeah.
And then since I took on her personality type, I liked singing. I was basically
like vibe.
Yeah, I was basically like a preacher's kid, even though I wasn't a preacher's kid.
There was a time when this guy in primary school, he used to carry like
a Bible, bro, every single day.
In his school bag. Dog.
Every single day.
And he made me read it in class. Every time we had a free period, he would like,
every single day. Because
my nigga, you a PK for real.
Nah, it's because no, but the only reason why I got there in the first place was because my parents had separated when I was 10.
Yeah.
So now I was alone because you know the middle child is always.
Yeah.
You understand?
The firstborn usually with whoever, and the last born with this one.
Their wars affected me. So, manje, when I got into my new transport, this lady is like, start reading the Bible. She's the only one that's there for you. I'm like, Fade. And on my phone every day. She's like, start reading it to school.
I remember that Bible like the palm of my hand.
Like the big Bible, bro. Not the small
not the pocket Bible.
You see, the one that has like the cover and everything.
Yeah, you see that one with the fancy cover. Yeah, I had that one.
Even like those silver page markers on the side. That was the Bible he had.
Highlighter. Bro, like I was that devoted to God.
Now, where's that Bible today?
Still, essentially, it's carrying dust up there.
Poor Bible, man.
Because until I finished the whole thing. So yeah, it was like that. I read the Bible, and then I grew at that time. I'm not gonna say that Christianity didn't make me grow. I grew.
Yeah.
It got to the point whereby that's how I made the deal to suppress my feelings. That's why I don't feel anything anymore. And then
Whoa.
Okay, don't say you don't feel anything anymore.
Okay, yeah,
because that sounds like some sad shit. Though.
Yeah,
it was some shit.
What if you're dying inside and you don't know?
No, but I'm not, because like I gave everything to him, as Christianity says.
That makes sense.
So now I'm nigga, and I was like, you know what? Me, I don't want to feel like that anymore because of my parents, you know. Like, life was rough.
So you gave all that stuff that you felt
Yeah, I don't know how, but I did.
That was your escape, like through prayer, through reading.
Yeah, so I made a deal with me and him.
Oh Lord.
With the coats thing, whatever you call it.
Him in inverted commas.
I made a deal that me and him are tight. We're best friends. And then that's how I developed not having the love for women. Okay. I didn't see the importance of loving a woman when I loved him. That's why I've never loved everyone. That's why I've never loved anyone. So
Prakot was your bae?
Yeah, he was basically my bae.
Oh no.
Boo boo.
No.
Like him.
Oh no.
I didn't see a reason to love anyone.
My nigga was buying a Bible on Valentine's Day, dog.
So you've been in love before, but with a higher power, not
with God, not with a woman.
Yeah. Okay.
So I didn't see the need for women.
What if God is a woman? Then,
as far as I know,
how are you gonna go about that?
As far as I know, he's supposed to be a woman. If anything,
I think God is unisex.
Anything that creates.
If anything, he's supposed to be a woman because women are bringers of life.
That makes sense. I agree with that.
Women bring life. So it was like that, bro. Every day, and then sharp. It's high school. I fell off a little bit. I mean, it's high school.
Not a little bit, man. I've known you since grade.
Yeah, I fell off. Okay, high school, I fell off a lot. I started liking women, but not with my emotions. Just
he started being lustful. He started being lustful.
Let's say you.
It's okay.
I started being lustful.
Let's say you started to think with your penis.
Basically, I started liking women. Cause like everything came like a storm, bro. We figure all at once.
Because it's a new environment.
To be honest, I won't lie. On a grade 8, showing up in high school, that's when you're exposed to women. You understand?
Yeah, you're exposed to everything.
Like in primary school, you're exposed to girls. You understand?
Yeah.
In grade 7, those are girls, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I need to feel grade 8. I'm looking at these grade 11s and grade 12s and grade 10s. I'm like, damn. God, those curves.
Yeah. You see, daughter. I was completely new to everything.
Yeah.
Like,
and now shit got tempting because, like, you know, my kids are
but also, I think in high school you have more
hormones.
Your
hormones are on another level.
So I'm feeling innocent. And my phone only had gospel. My phone, I was God's child, like live. But then when I got there, things started changing.
I remember this nigga orientation.
Yeah, I was with the orientation.
Yeah. Hloni and I were together at orientation.
Yeah.
I remember this There was a time he went into a whole soliloquy on the Bible while we were working.
Bro,
I remember our RCI was the executive of that year because she had a green blazer.
Yeah.
She was working with us.
Talking about. I just
she made
the speech thing.
Yeah. So manje, we're working with her. And Hloni speaking at the back, and I can hear her. I forgot, it was me, you, I think Ufeshin was with us as well.
Yeah,
it was just a short niggas, because we were all short there. I remember, because all these gents, they were short. And I'm hearing this nigga like talking about some Bible, some
I don't remember what
stuff.
I spoke about. But
and at that point in time, I'm not like very woke on much, you understand? Yeah. Especially spirit-wise. I'm more woke on like the social side of things at that time. So manje, I was like, this nigga's talking about the Bible. I'm like, this guy's a nerd.
Bro,
in my head, like, not to say I wasn't a nerd, because I was probably the nerdiest out of all of us.
I was a Bible nerd, basically.
Man, he was the Bible nerd. Like, those niggas you look at like, even if I'm a nerd, I'm not gonna chill with that nerd. You understand?
Yeah,
I was like that. I was like that.
Like when I always tell people that the Hloni I know from high school and the Hloni from you guys know now,
two different people,
bro.
Completely
different. Because I've known him since grade 1.
Talk about growth.
It's 12.
Like the fact that you have somebody who's seen you grow from all that.
It's
tells
insane.
a lot. Yeah,
it's insane.
Yeah, well, so it was like that, and then grade 8 to figure, I brought the Bible to school for like a week. Then the next week, how long?
It was very long.
High school.
It wasn't a week.
High school, I did bring it, and then all of a sudden I was like, hey man, it's heavy because now there are a lot of books. I'm like, I gotta sacrifice something. So I'm like,
I don't want to sacrifice the Bible.
This guy sacrificed the holy book.
So now I started leaving it at home. Then bit by bit, I stopped reading it every day. And then it got to a point where my mom was like, Hloni, you don't read the Bible anymore. What's happening?
Damn.
Like, mama, time. I kept giving excuses.
It's cards, sunshine.
Yeah. And then I had completely fallen off. Stopped praying. like me and God, like it was as if umtampile
Like
basically. Like
I think
umtampile. Or when
because,
umtampile.
yeah, I think that's the way it is.
And like agamtampanga ghostile.
Yeah,
to this day.
So now, sharp singumtampile, and then now the woman really came. By a figure, and then I started actually giving into the last now.
Yeah.
The women are there, sing by entertain.
Now you are there.
You know. And now I was there too. It's like, fading. And then COVID came.
Boom.
Lockdown was alone. I
No
tried,
women,
but I tried going back. It's like, didn't feel right. I don't know. It's because I was out of the game for that long. And then, drew a little 5 months. But in that 5 months, a lot transpired between me and women. And then I start letting them go. Come dizzy time, TikTok was starting to get popular at the time. Ngiyayifaka phone ngiyayibukela around close to Christmas there. Close. This one Christian video showed up, repent, clear. And I watched the whole thing, the whole thing.
And you know how TikTok's algorithm is. If you watch that thing, it's gonna show.
So they kept popping up to the point whereby for 30 minutes and then this other day.
Yeah, I remember that time when it was just Christian videos on his TikTok the whole way.
And then this other day on Christmas, this little kid is like, can I borrow a phone to watch TikTok? But then I'm like, you're not gonna like what's there anyways. How when he goes there, it's just normal videos, people dancing. And he had my phone for 30 minutes.
It's an algorithm, bro.
No, but then it was just like, people dancing. Yeah, but then,
so it's like, whoa, the algorithm doesn't work when he's holding the phone, but it works when
I didn't understand what was
like,
happening.
how is that
because
working?
Because swipe, but it was just people dancing, people. Because at the time, TikTok was full of dances. Okay, sharp. His mom says it's time to go home. Share on the phone. Swipe.
Christian video.
How?
What's happening here?
Bro,
this is why I say
I didn't understand what happened.
Our phones are always listening and watching us, right? So that's how they know what to show you, when to show you.
I didn't understand.
Things like that.
I didn't understand. And then I was like, okay, fine. It's time for me to go back. I go back. I made a goal for myself. Go to January, grade 10. I'm going to go back to reading the Bible. And then I found, within 6 months of grade 10, I had finished the whole thing. Like I was back into it, saying Tandaza, me and God were friends again. But then at the same time...
The spark came back.
Yeah, the spark came back, but at the same time, it didn't feel like before. Because grade 10 was when I started being a player. You understand?
In inverted commas.
Yeah, in inverted commas. Like, grade 10, the women were a lot. And now they were with me. It was different when I was watching them, but now they were with me. It's like, didn't feel good anymore. So the first 6 months, I phoned, we all good. And then something didn't click anymore.
It wasn't the same as it was before.
Yeah, something didn't click.
The second round of the relationship wasn't the same as the first round.
It's never.
Something didn't click. So now and then, this other day, I watched this video. This guy is like, God is not real. He's like, hey, man, he starts speaking about, he basically speaks about God's bad attributes that he does in the Bible. But I'm like, me, I'm defending my God.
Comes from God, man.
I'm like, me, I'm defending my God, bro. And then now, I started asking myself the questions.
Is God real?
Yeah, like, man.
God in your head.
How come there's so much suffering? And then at the same time, I'm like, nah. But then people's choices. That's the time we were arguing.
We had these arguments.
Every
day,
and I kept on defending
every
God.
single day. I'm like, bro, explain to me how people are poor if this God loves people.
I kept even God exists.
Exactly. And to be honest, I was asking those questions because I was also looking for answers at that time. At that time, it wasn't just me coming from a place of I know.
Yeah.
It wasn't that. It was like, bro, since when are you so deep into this Christianity thing? Maybe you have the answer that I don't have. So why is this poverty around? Why is this? Why is that? Why?
Every day, for like 2 weeks.
I remember this other question I asked, why do they say don't question God? Why?
That's a very good question.
Why mustn't I question God?
I know the answer to that.
Then answer the question.
Answer the question.
Okay, well, obviously, the reason why they say do not question God, it's an agenda that was imposed by priests to the people because priests didn't have the answers that the people
wanted.
They're
so
like
so they didn't have answers to the
question.
like
people kept on asking questions, but now the priests didn't have answers.
So he just said, don't question God.
So he started saying, don't question God.
But I thought the priest gets information from God, so...
only a few.
Is that even real, though?
90% of the priests are fake.
Yeah,
like, that's what I found out. Yeah, that's what I found out. Like, these priests, they don't even make sense. Because like, for example, I found out about the offering thing.
Yeah.
I was like, people didn't offer money in the beginning. I didn't know that. Like, people didn't offer money in the beginning. Like, what did they offer? He said 10% of your time, 10% of your... Just 10% of you.
Something that you have.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be your money.
So now it started like bit by bit. And I was still going to church at the time. I started paying more attention to what the pastor was saying. But every day I was like, something is not making sense. But I didn't understand.
Yeah.
So I started finding out, start Googling. Then that's when I started actually decrypting the verses of the Bible. Because at first I read it literally. Not decryptor. And then come grade 11, I stopped praying again. Like child, because I'm not understanding what's happening.
And you had too many questions as well.
Yeah, I had too many questions,
but with enough answers.
But with no answers. So I stopped praying, I stopped doing everything, and then I started doing research. Do research, but then most of the research, people kept on bad-mouthing God. And now something in me was like,
stop bad-mouthing God, bro.
Like I didn't want to hear what I was hearing.
Yeah.
I couldn't accept it at the time. And then around term 3. Remember term 3?
I do.
Yeah, term 3.
Term 3 was when
that's
I
when you were starting.
My shit.
That's when I was helping him start the Rastafari thing, bro. Like start. He's like, now you must go back too. But then something in me didn't click anymore. Because now I just found out so many things that I just couldn't believe. Good to know. This God killed so many people but only saved one family. Like, what kind of God does that? And then someone else was like, nah, bro, your God told people to go and kill a whole kingdom and take their land. What kind of God does that too? So I'm like, what the hell, bro? And then at the same time, this other time, I was on TikTok. This other guy's like, someone lied in the Bible. Because they call God, omnipresent. When something is omnipresent, that means it's everywhere, right?
It's there all the time and at every place.
Yeah, so I start questioning. I'm like, if God is omnipresent, why is it that in Genesis, he was looking for Adam? Like, I don't understand. Because I'm not sure, but after Adam ate the fruit, he went to go and hide.
Yeah, he did.
So how do you hide from God if he's omnipresent? Because at the same time, after hiding, God came and was like, Adam, where are you? Why is God looking for Adam, bro?
If you're if you're everywhere,
you should know where he is.
Yeah,
I didn't understand why God was looking for Adam.
Yeah.
And then about a week later, I found out that someone was like, God is he's more like a cult than he is a good thing, because he literally sacrificed his son. He's basically just like those people that sacrifice their families. Like the artists, basically.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, after he sacrificed his son became the most famous person ever.
That's true.
Jesus is the most famous person ever. Ever.
That's true.
But after he died. So it's like, how must say
the same way an artist dies and then pops off.
Like the rappers do the same thing. It's like, something's wrong. But then at the same time, he's growing this side. Lelo is growing spiritually. I'm praying to Jah,
Yeah.
But I was like,
I'm lost.
I was lost, bro.
Meantime, in primary school and the half years of high school, you were the one who was more than me, but
I had
now
more
the tables have
direction.
turned.
It's like when you were lost at the time, when he was found.
Yeah.
And now when he got lost, you started finding.
Like, bro, and then I looked back at my life, I was like, I had more direction than anyone. But then now, It's to the point whereby
now you're the one that needs a life.
Yeah. So now I found out everything. With the man, this God is not the one. Because then I found out that no, the Bible disappeared for 600 years before it was released.
What? I didn't even know that.
It did, yeah, because
it did disappear.
Damn.
After they found the scrolls in Ethiopia, they wrote them down. They were around 100 books of the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
They cut out 24, I think. Because now we have 66 left.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why would you do that? If you love me, like, why would you do that?
Why? What's in those books that have to be cut?
Find those.
Yeah, like
those
it's those books like about Enoch. Enoch is a book that's not in the Bible. That explains how the giants came to earth. But another day. So after I find that out, I'm like, Muslim. The Catholics kept the Bible for 600 years. Mm-hmm. Now, 600 years it was gone. And then Chigi, now they bring it to us.
Why?
Us black people.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we didn't have it at the time. So like, now I started finding out what black people did before the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I got into spirituality.
Mm.
But coincidentally, that's when he got into spirituality as well.
And that's when I was also into spirituality.
Yeah,
so it's like we all
got
on
into
the same road
at the same time.
At the same time.
I got into spirituality. Got to know people actually lived with ancestors. And a lot of my ancestors, I was so against them for so long.
Because you believed
he was against them. Because, again, I'm going back to those times when me and him were having those arguments. Yeah. I would always tell him, bro, the ancestors, to me, are how I found myself. I would tell him this all the time, and he'd be like, but like, how can you believe that? He would poke holes into that belief of mine, and then I'd be like, okay, Mara, how you believe in Christianity? Because and I'd poke holes into Christianity.
Look now,
bro.
Hey, dog, the growth.
And I found out so many things, because Christianity as a whole is a corrupt religion.
True.
Yeah, just Christianity, because I didn't study the other ones. So I'm not going to badmouth the other ones, because I'm once. But then I found out that no, Christianity, it's just a way to keep people trapped.
Yeah.
Because like people have been captured for so long,
and it's been used as a weapon.
You know, because people speak about miracles, they speak about everything, and I didn't see those because whilst I was going to church, every church has grannies. Those grannies give 10% of their money every single month.
Sunday.
But then some of them are still living in shacks.
She goes back to a shack.
Yeah, to this day, bro.
She goes back to that shack.
And yet the pastor comes there with the Audi every Sunday. Like, I don't understand.
My granny is walking from her shack
to your church.
And it's insane amounts of kilometers.
Exactly.
Bro.
Insane.
And then when are you going to pull up in that Audi or in that Mercedes, preach for a few hours?
Exactly.
Not even a few hours. Some dudes for like 30 minutes.
Just 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Bro, but that granny has been giving you money since
she was in her 20s, bro.
So I was like, something is wrong here. Why aren't these people succeeding whereby they've lived according to this word for so long? And
then you look at the people that were succeeding.
The people that were succeeding had nothing to do with God.
Hardly go to church.
Exactly.
Hardly pray.
Like they don't do anything. They're just good people. And then I come to find out that no, the people that run the world are the most spiritual people ever. Ever, because they knew the things that they had to cut. Only a spiritual person would know what to cut and what not to cut.
Because it's all based on energy. You walk around the energy in the room. Like if you walk in a room and you're a spiritual person, you can literally feel whether you should be here or not. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I found that out, but then I was like, so who's that higher power that has been controlling the world for so long? Then someone came to me, it was this other guy. He's like, I can see that you don't believe in the God of the Bible, but then that doesn't necessarily mean that God is not there. So I'm like, how? I'm like, he's like, the God of the Bible
is not God.
He's not God.
Yeah.
He said the God of the Bible is basically Satan or Lucifer, as you guys call him.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said, what was that line? The biggest...
Take your time, man.
It was... Let me see.
Take your time to remember, dog. You have to remember this one.
Oh yeah, he said the biggest thing that the devil has ever done was making people think that he didn't exist. I was like, how? It's like a lot of people don't think that the devil is actually a powerful force. Like we all underestimate this dark power. Because whether we like it or not, it's there. But then we don't pay attention to it. Yeah, so then he's like there, and then I tell him that I'm lost. Tell me what to do. He's like, nah, bro. Keep looking into the spirituality and everything. Then that's when I came to Lelo. Lelo is like, bro, start meditating, start doing the stuff. Then I've been doing the stuff, but it's still not happening.
It's not fulfilling.
Nah, man, it's something that takes days, weeks, months, years to master properly. Because even with myself, there are some days where it's difficult to meditate because I have so much on my mind. And meditation is all about clear thoughts, right? Being in your own space so you can see how you're going to move about in different situations.
The few times I've meditated, I've actually found it pretty easy to meditate.
Yeah, it actually does.
I haven't.
Which is difficult. Which is weird. Seeing that you guys are saying that you found it difficult.
Yeah.
Every single time I've meditated, I haven't meditated that many times. I think like 3-4 times. But every time I've meditated, it's just happened.
Yeah.
And I've just gone into that state immediately, without trouble, without like too many thoughts clouding my head. I don't know why, but yeah.
Yeah, man. Meditation is it's in stages, right? There's different stages of meditation to get into that deep state of no thought, no feelings whatsoever, because there's something called breathless meditation, where if you look at someone who is meditating, they look like they're not breathing, because that's how deep in the meditation they are. And that's why I'm like, it takes years and years and years of practice to actually master that. If you look at the monks, Chinese monks or Buddhas, whatever,
they dedicate their lives to
They dedicate their lives for a reason, because it takes so long to actually master
it's
that
basically
skill.
a discipline.
It's daily practice, like footballers,
it's a lifestyle,
musicians, whatever. And that's how you get to the point where you can meditate in any place, at any time,
at any moment,
whether there's noise, there's kids crying, whatever. That's the amount of practice it takes to get to that point.
You see, another thing I've noticed when I was meditating, I didn't find it difficult, but I think it was slightly harder when it was completely silent.
Oh, okay, I understand that.
Which is, like, I find, which is something I've noticed in my whole life. I find it easier for myself to focus on something when there are a lot of stuff happening around me. It's easy, like, when I study during the day, because at night, there's too little distraction. So I find myself studying during the day when there's noise outside and stuff like that. For some reason, that makes it easier for me to look at my books and focus on my books.
But then,
I think it's different for every person.
Like, if I'm doing something, just any activity, I would probably play music or put something out loud. Maybe turn up the TV volume, make it loud, just so there's like background sound. Something that might distract me, so that makes me focus. But like, if there's nothing distracting me at all, then my mind ends up distracting itself. You understand?
I understand that.
But then, it's easier to meditate when there's no noise, because the one thing that you have to focus on would be your breathing.
Yeah.
It's easier to focus on your breathing.
I would choose when to meditate, right? I would meditate when my mother was awake. Because then the TV's playing. And I'll just go into my room and close the door. But like, obviously while I'm in the room, I can hear that faint sound of the TV. So I think instead of focusing on my breathing or something, I'll probably like focus on that sound and then
it also works.
It's not a necessity to focus on your breath, because sometimes when I struggle to focus on my breath, then I focus on the clock ticking. Then that gets you into the state. That gets me into that motion and nice
I also
flow
focus
state.
on my watch. My watch makes a lot
So
of
when you start hearing it faintly, like it's far away, that's how you know that I'm getting into deeper states of meditation.
No, it's a really tough process, bro. Cause
I guess my brain works differently, dog.
We all different, man.
We're all different.
My brain is flipped the other way around. When people want silence, I want noise. When people want noise, I want silence.
I understand
like that.
I understand that.
Yeah, but I still have a disconnect. My My chakras are not in order, bro.
Man,
It's kind of tough.
one thing I can tell you is, I think you need to tackle them one by one.
I have been. I've been. That's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
I know that for my sacral chakra, I'm all good there.
Yeah.
And then I need to fix up my root chakra. Like,
Yeah.
I need to start there.
Because your roots is your foundation.
Yeah, I need to start there because
it's the cement you need to build your house.
Because a lot of people want to open up their third eyes.
No,
but
guys,
then,
don't do that.
You're gonna get crazy.
Don't do that.
You need to fix up
everything first
before opening your third eye.
That's like bodybuilding without doing any cardio.
It's gonna cause
an imbalance. What are you doing to yourself?
What are you doing, bro?
It's gonna cause an imbalance. It's basically like building your body but skipping leg day.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna look weird.
It's
gonna look weird.
It's not gonna be balanced, you know.
It's gonna look very weird.
I'm fixing up on that now. And another thing I've noticed is that I can't spiritually move forward because of my diet.
Let's get into that.
Let's get into that.
Let's touch on that.
Let's get into it because we didn't touch on the.
Yeah, we didn't touch on
the diet. So I want to touch on that today.
It's because of my diet.
Your eating.
Okay,
habits.
well, our diet in this case.
Yeah.
I still eat meat, a lot of meat, which is bad.
But it's good.
The meat tastes good. No, the meat tastes good.
I mean, the meat
that's the perfect way you can put it.
Yeah, the meat tastes good, but it's bad because, for one, cows and chickens aren't indigenous to Africa.
Yeah.
I found that out from Dr. Sebi. If any of y'all know him.
Wow.
R.I.P.
I've been
a huge name to drop.
R.I.P.
That's a huge name to drop.
Dr. Sebi's a G, man.
Bro, I found that out from Dr. Sebi. He said God didn't create chickens and cows. Like how did they come to be?
Bred.
Yeah, they were basically bred by
Europeans
the white people and the Europeans before they came here. So we've been eating unclean meat for centuries.
But I don't think that's something people are not aware of, because the chickens people eat nowadays, they are injected with all these chemicals that make them grow. And then when you cook the thing, it shrinks.
Which goes back to the whole thing of we're basically eating something that was tampered with after being tampered with.
Yeah.
So it's wrong times 2.
Yeah.
And we eat that. So we do a third wrong. So now it's wrong times 3.
So because even if you look at the farms where they keep the chicken, it's a very tight scene. It's so tight.
Because they're looking to make money.
Yeah.
And bro, chickens are supposed to be like, all these animals are free roaming animals.
Yeah.
That's why you find the certain brands make them free range chickens.
Yes.
To show this chicken was let to go, let to grow, all that.
But either way, that chicken isn't normal.
It's not supposed to. Yeah, it's not supposed to be a chicken in the first place.
Even the cows.
It's not
even
supposed
the
to
cows that you find in Limpopo and Mpumalanga and everywhere, they're still not healthy.
Yeah.
They're not proper. So I think that's what's causing a disconnect, because you are what you eat.
Definitely.
At the end of the day.
Definitely.
So
you are what you put into yourself.
Definitely. Yeah. So your diet isn't allowing you to grow. You need to eat things like proper vegetables and not genetically modified vegetables. Because you still won't grow. Basically, in order for you to grow, you would have to detox your body of everything and then start eating healthy.
There's a study I read, I can't remember where I read it, but they say when you eat cows, goats, whatever, right? When these animals are being slaughtered, they cry, right? Because of the pain and whatever. So when you eat them, you actually put all of those cries and
into
the
yourself,
hurts in their soul into yourself.
Because it's dead meat.
Yeah, and that is why you are also not okay within yourself.
And then after that, we can't even eat the dead meat in its raw state.
Yeah.
That's how messed up we are, bro. We put spices and herbs to make it taste more like a plant.
Exactly.
You understand? We can't eat meat in its true state.
Wow.
Because we're not animals.
Let's just go back. Let me just
We're
touch
not
on what he
animals,
just said right
bro.
there.
Touch on it, my
I
brother.
want people to deep what he just said. We putting spices and herbs into meat to make it taste like a plant.
Meaning, what are we actually supposed to be eating?
Plants. We need to be eating plants because whether we like it or not, even the early civilizations, the hunter-gatherers and all those people, they were in tune with nature.
Yeah.
And since we didn't have
the main diet was plantation.
Plants and vegetables.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know this about me, but I'm actually pescatarian.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't eat meat totally, but I do eat fish and all of that, so I can still get sources of protein,
But then you get protein from certain plants.
Yeah, you can.
You're basically
like
not supposed
spinach
to
can give you protein.
Yeah, you're basically not supposed to be eating
anything meat can give you, plants can give you.
Yeah.
But not everything a plant can give you, meat can give you.
Because the meat that you're eating eats plants.
Yeah.
We only eat animals that eat plants.
Yeah.
You'll never see a human
eats
a
plants.
lion.
Yeah.
You won't see a human eat a lion because a lion doesn't eat plants.
If you look at gorillas are vegetarians.
Right? And they look so big,
look at that thing, bro.
Look at that thing. They don't exercise. They don't do nothing.
Just chill, eat.
It's all in the food that we eat.
Yeah.
So that's what's blocking your spiritual growth. You can't grow if you're eating things like lollipops every day.
Oh my Lord, you eat like 5 of them.
He says this while holding a lollipop in his hand.
I know. No, I know. I know. But I'm working on it. Yeah, now I haven't even finished the lollipop.
Bro, you eat 5 of these a day, man.
I know, and I'm planning to fix that. But the diet plays a major role. And also the media that you consume.
Yes, please can we touch on that?
It's the media that we consume. You can't grow. Let's say, for example, you're on a spiritual journey. You won't grow if you're still watching things like pornography.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You watch.
That is why in the previous episode I mentioned masturbation and
exactly
those things.
You can't grow if you're watching things like Kim Kardashian. You're watching someone else live their life.
Exactly.
I think another issue about Kim Kardashian, the Bar Marseille, and all these other people is because their bodies are fake. That's what I see it as.
Who's the bomb?
That girl from IG. Man.
Who's the bomb?
The South African one, though.
Who?
But isn't her body natural? Isn't her body natural?
I don't know.
The bomb is natural.
Don't think it is.
The bomb is natural.
Okay, who's the bomb?
It's huge, bro.
Okay, no, but
go on IG.
No, but anyways, no, it shows that I'm on the right path.
Do you have data?
No, it shows that I'm on the right path.
Check it out.
I don't know the bomb.
Yeah.
Okay, but I don't want to know the bomb.
That's good.
That's fine. That's fine.
Good. That's actually good. That's good.
That's fine. I think all of these people want to be like all of these influencers and all of these models. But what you guys don't know is that these people off camera are actually very unhappy. Which
we're seeing recently as well.
Yeah.
There's people who have done all these surgeries to their bodies, taking the stuff out.
Yeah.
The likes of Black China. Black China had so much surgery done on her body. Mm-hmm. And recently she just took the stuff out. She's like, nah.
Who's Black?
Because
American.
Even
me, I don't know these people, dog.
Even makeup, like personally, I don't like makeup, bro. Like you're already beautiful. Why you gotta...
I hate makeup because
why do you gotta put...
It's a Western concept.
Makeup diminishes the beauty of women.
It kills your skin, bro.
Oh my God. Do you know how beautiful women are when they're natural? Like, bro, you know when that girl sends you that crusty picture, bro. I look at that. I love that picture more than I love you in your makeup.
Send those crusty pictures and stop putting paint on your face.
Put that shit in my phone. And like, I'd rather have fucking 500 pics of you looking crusty than one pic of you in makeup.
Because these makeups also have chemicals, bro, that ruin your skin.
That ruins your skin. True.
That ruins
I've never seen a baby with acne.
Nah.
Exactly.
Nah, fam.
Ish.
Nah.
I've never.
Oh, damn, bro.
Ever. That says something to you. That baby is not putting on makeup. And how beautiful and cute are babies?
Absolutely.
The purest form. Like,
absolutely.
I'm not even talking about a baby that you hold. I can talk about a 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 7-year-old.
Clean.
Before they start putting on makeup, that baby is pure and beautiful.
Clean.
And then once they get to the age where they want to start putting on makeup, fake eyelashes, drawing stuff on, then the skin starts breaking, the skin starts being messed up.
Especially black people. You know how black person gets with acne?
Bro.
It becomes so disgusting.
Bro, have you seen the purest black skin in the world? Girls are beautiful, dog.
Bro.
They're beautiful. You understand what I mean by beautiful?
With these
this makeup is
killing
you, love.
Crying about
it's killing
all
you.
These,
it's killing
like,
you.
stop it, man. Stop it.
And we understand you think you look good, but trust me, you look pretty in makeup.
Yeah.
You look beautiful when you're natural.
Yeah.
There's a difference between pretty and beautiful, and trust me,
huge difference.
Beautiful is what you want to look like.
Guys, be yourselves.
Me, I won't lie, Shem. My grandmother was 80 looking 60.
I can believe that.
My grandmother was 80. My mother right now doesn't wear that much makeup. She's 40 something. She looks 20 something.
I believe that.
Straight up, girls nowadays are 19 looking 26. 19 looking 34.
Even
like dog, this stuff you're putting onto yourself is killing you.
You know what kills me the most? When they wear the makeup, go out in the sun and it starts to melt. Then I'm like...
No, remember, it's a sign that it's not supposed to be there.
It's not supposed to be there. Take it off.
It's not supposed to be there.
Like, even ladies who bleach their skin to look like I'm a yellow bone, you are as beautiful when
that's even worse,
my love. Bro, man.
You're ruining the melanin, bro.
Keep that melanin on your skin.
Oh, guys, we are supposed to be like this. Let's embrace it, please.
The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. The blacker the woman, the more beautiful she is in my
Black
eyes.
don't crack.
Nothing
Black don't
better than
crack,
that, bro. But anyways,
because it breaks my heart to see you guys do this thing to yourself, because you also don't want to do it, but it's influenced by external situations.
You're upholding a standard that was set by people who are not even in connection with their home.
Thank you.
You're upholding a standard that was set by Kim Kardashian from America, who's not in connection with her Indian roots or her African roots,
and
or
who's probably
roots.
getting paid for that shit.
Yeah, she's getting paid for that.
Millions
and
of dollars.
Can I tell you what's paying her? You buying that makeup. That money that you put into that is what pays her.
Yeah.
What are you getting out of it? Messed up skin. Early aging. Is that what you want for yourself? Please don't do that to yourself.
I know we sound cruel right now, but it's just the truth.
It's just because we appreciate how beautiful you are naturally.
Yeah.
And it kills me to see somebody who is so beautiful naturally putting on makeup and destroying their face.
Yeah.
Please.
And ladies will never tell one another these things.
Yeah.
Because when ladies see you with makeup, they'll be like, maybe if you can touch on that, make it a little bit sharper. Yeah. Maybe if you can.
It's because they're the ones that set the standard.
Yeah.
And can I be honest with you? I'll bet my life that there's no man who will say with chest that he prefers a woman with makeup than without makeup.
Oh no, definitely not.
With chest.
You know what? Another thing I love. Stretch marks. They are so insecure about stretch marks, and we love that.
Let's talk about that. I want to talk. You know. Let's talk about the insecurities that these women have that we love. Them stretch marks, those hip dips, love. Yo, I love it. I love it. I love that shit. Bro. Stop hiding it. Stop putting on creams to take. Keep that shit. Yeah. Keep that.
Keep it as natural as it gets.
As natural. The more natural, the more beautiful.
That's a fact.
The more beautiful, the more lovable.
That's a fact.
Big facts.
That's a fact, because you put on makeup, we go to dinner. After dinner, we're in bed. We are keeper. Oh my lord, what is this?
Like, bro,
who are you? Do you even know yourself? I bet you don't.
Yeah, when you look at yourself in the mirror and you look at yourself after putting on that makeup, I'm sure to yourself you say, this is not me.
Some people, like some ladies, wear makeup to the point where they look like a corpse in a damn casket. Like, that doesn't sit well with me, man. Like, I don't like that.
And those ones are the ones that are the most beautiful.
I don't.
They're the most...
The truth in what you're saying, right?
The eyes are beautiful. Everything is beautiful, but then it's just that makeup. So, I know we're tracking off course right now.
Nah, but we had to say that.
We had to just put it out there that please, if you're a young woman out there, and you think you're not beautiful without makeup,
you're
trust
beautiful,
me,
ladies.
You're more beautiful without than you are with.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's where we're ending it.
Coming back to... Let's come back. Let's reel ourselves back
to the journey.
Let's come back to Hloni's journey before we go too far away. We were still talking about how
to grow spiritually.
Yeah, how to grow spiritually, and the fact that your chakras are not
properly aligned due to your diet.
Yeah. So you should, if you want to balance your chakras, you should start from the beginning.
The root chakra.
Which is
the root
detoxing
chakra.
As well.
Detoxing.
Very,
first
very
day.
important.
Yeah.
Another thing is watch who you chill around. Watch who you chill around, because it's a transference of energy. When you chill with people your soul is not happy with. So you need to cut down on that too. As well as your environment. Another thing you should keep in mind is that the universe is always listening, and your subconscious mind doesn't know anybody but yourself. So when you talk bad about another person, like, oh, last week, yo, the shoe is not clean, you you are saying those things to yourself,
Your
actually.
subconscious self.
Your subconscious self, and not to the person you are talking about. So all of those negative aspects, please stop doing that, because that is just going to derail you more than put you on track. That's what I have to say about it.
Okay, I want to go to Hloni's journey right now. I want to know where you are at this present moment in time. You say that your chakras are not in line. You've said that I know I'm putting you into a box here, né? But I wanna see.
I like boxes.
I wanna see which box you're in, because hearing from what Lelo said last episode, I'm guessing you're more spiritual right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
he's
You're spiritual.
Deep inside.
Yeah, he's on another level.
Personally,
I'm coming.
Personally,
I believe in you, fam.
Personally, I am African spiritual. So specifically,
I'm not African spiritual. Don't call it African spiritual.
No, specifically,
Africa is the name of a person.
No,
man.
me nah. I'm into African spirituality more than just spirituality, more than just Christianity, Islam, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm into African spirituality, and I'm looking at that as my safe place.
But then calling it African spirituality is also another form of colonialism, because Africa is a man's name. Africa is a man's name. We are named after.
Spit facts.
His name is. What's his name? Cope is something with the C. His name starts with the C, and then his surname is Africanus.
It sounds like Ipoon, dog.
Yeah, we were named by everything that you know. That's why I don't call it African spirituality.
Yeah. It's like
even
westernizing our identity.
Let me rephrase it then, because I was saying it in English, right? Show with our mother tongue. Okay,
that makes more sense.
You understand?
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we call it in our mother tongue.
In our mother tongue. In the Bantu tongue.
Exactly.
That's where I am looking at as a safe place. So looking at it from my perspective, Ulelo is more spiritual in terms of, because in Isintu, the concepts do sort of interlink, but then there's certain concepts that don't link at all at the same time. You see, I'm trying to dive more into Isintu than just spirituality.
Okay.
But spirituality is Isintu.
It is not.
Because remember, spirituality is a way of life.
It is not.
It's a way of life, bro. No. Remember, if you live a spiritual life,
Isintu is a way of life. That's why, as you can hear by the name, Isintu.
But then that would mean that you're making spirituality a religion when it's not.
True. It's not a religion. It's a way, or it's a way of life. True, it is a way of life, but then it is different to Isintu.
In what sense?
In the sense that I think Isintu is accessible to African people. African people can access Isintu
because if you are not, only because of what it's called.
If you are not African, I don't think you can access Isintu.
Of course,
not. You understand?
Of course not. I mean,
which is why Minangipege in the way of. That's why I take it on that way. I take it because I know it's specifically for people that were born where I'm born.
Specifically for people like us.
Yeah, people like us. It's for those people. Which means if that is not the original, the fact that no one else can access it except for the people that were born there, I do not know what originality is. So that to me makes me go more into Isintu than spirituality, because you can see American spiritualists, you can see Indian spiritualists, you can see European spiritualists, but you'll never see a European practicer Isintu.
Yeah, because
I don't even think they know what it is.
It's all about culture.
In England.
Exactly.
I understand that.
I understand you.
Looking at that, to me, makes Isintu more viable. And I want to know why spirituality is viable to you.
Okay. For me, I feel like religion is made for us to be separate, because each and every religion, from Christianity, Hinduism, Muslim, whatever, right? They all teach things differently, but
they teach the same thing.
In the same way, they teach the same thing.
Yeah.
Right?
That is true.
So spirituality for me allows me to be free and express myself the way I feel as if it's right to do so. And if it's not, then I will learn from it and I will try again. Right? It's something where you learn from your own soul and your own experiences that you go through in life. Because once you start to get deep into your meditations, your chakras opening, it's a very lonely process, and it's difficult, man, because once your third eye opens and you see the real thing, it's
you can't go back.
You can't go back, and it drives you insane because you are like, am I the only one that's seeing this?
Or are there other people seeing it?
Or are there other people? It's a very lonely...
It gets lonely up there.
It's very lonely, bro. It's very, very lonely because another thing is you can't speak about things like this anywhere and everywhere because not everyone is on the same page on you. Not everyone understands. So it's not
everyone views it the way you
exactly.
Not everyone views it the way you view it. It's a very long and lonely process, but I am enjoying it, man. Each and every day I meditate twice a day. After I wake up, before I go to bed. And that's why I'm into spirituality more than religion. Like, I'm not against religion. If you're fine there and you're happy there, that's fine.
I'm against religion. Me, I'm saying it live.
Konje, you don't sugarcoat shit, but neither do I.
No, to be honest, I'm also not sugarcoating.
I'm against religion.
Yeah. I'm against religion being forced on people.
Yes.
Even if it's not forced, man.
I just feel like
it separates people more than it brings them together.
That's why I'm like, it's very true to be separate.
But that's why I think the same way I view everything in the world in a manner of, if you want to do that where you are.
Yeah, that's what spirituality embraces.
But don't bring it to me.
As they are.
Yeah, but don't bring it to me. Don't now criticize my views because you have that view.
Yeah.
You'll never hear me criticizing someone for being Christian. I'll just ask you, why are you Christian? Yeah. Like, why do you feel this way?
Why is your soul safer there?
Yeah. Why does your soul feel safer there? That's the question I'll ask you. But I'll never ask you, why are you Christian?
That's of course.
Because you know why? If you're Christian, stay Christian.
Yeah.
But now I don't want you being Christian coming to my house giving my child a Bible. Don't do that.
Yeah, or even belittling people who aren't Christians.
Saying,
and talking down on them.
Don't talk
a lot of religions do that.
That's
exactly.
Not okay.
That is what they do. Which is something I've seen with basically every religion. It's either they speak down on another religion or they speak down on another person's belief.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Which is wrong.
And they even cut you off when you are not in their religion. Like, they're like, okay, we don't associate ourselves with people like you. Like, why do you have to do that? I can
have my belief, you have your belief. Yeah. We don't have to clash.
Because
we can just teach each other. Like, if I impose in a way that's not supposed to happen, you can tell me that, it's not supposed to happen like this. And you'll never see me do that again out of respect for your belief. But that respect, I always say respect is a two-way street, and you can never give respect without receiving respect.
Definitely.
So I have to receive respect to give respect, which is why I'll never respect somebody who never respected me.
I respect that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because it's very, very true. And I think it's something we all need to establish and actually put into game in our everyday life. Because in your religion, don't they teach you that you are supposed to love people regardless of who they are, what they believe in?
Yeah.
But aren't you contradicting that statement when you don't do so? When you throw people out because they don't have
a lot of religious people aren't really religious, bro.
And religion is very contradictory. I will say that with chest. It contradicts itself very much. It says one thing but makes you do another thing.
Yeah.
And I've never understood why that happens.
It's because you can't live a life based on rules. It's not a life.
That's not a life.
Because you're doing it because you're afraid of a certain punishment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's not
like that's the whole basis of religion.
Yeah, bro. You're basically living in a prison your whole life.
If you don't follow this, you die.
Yeah.
Like it's not much of a choice.
But then I wanna go back to
the box.
The box I was speaking about.
What's the box?
I know. So my box is isintu.
Sharp.
Lelo's box is spirituality.
Strictly
spirituality.
So what's yours?
So what's your box? Is it isintu, spirituality, or religion?
Definitely not religion.
Yeah.
But I'd say
it's in between.
I prefer to put isintu and spirituality together because I believe they go hand in hand. Because if you are in tune with your body, in tune with nature, and in tune with who you really are, all the answers will come.
Yeah.
You'll know where to go once you know the being that lives inside of you, because Christianity makes people believe that we're looking for a God that is not within. You know, they want you to look for the God that is in heaven, but then they forget that the very same Bibles and Qurans that they read specifically say that God is inside of all of us.
Yeah, he's within all men.
Yeah, like they say that, but then people forget that it's actually there. So if you keep on seeking a God that is in heaven, you'll never find him.
You'll never find heaven.
You'll never find. You won't find what you're looking for. So whatever you're looking for is inside you.
So when you are putting the Isintu box and the spirituality,
so the Isintu box and spirituality box are putting them together
I
because
have a problem with that.
they're one and the same thing. We're running out of time.
Saved by the clock.
Okay, what's the problem? Let's address it real quick.
Don't worry. The time is not a construct.
Real quick.
I have a problem with that.
It's not going to be real quick, you know.
I have a problem with that
bro.
Because I've always, again, I'm going to go back to the point I've made.
Okay, define Isintu. And then define spirituality at the same time.
Okay, I think Isintu is an African
way of life.
And
then spirituality
is a way of life.
But then what's the difference?
An adapted way of life.
But then remember spirituality.
I will say there's a lot of aspects of spirituality that have been adapted to suit certain living styles. You understand? But Isintu works in a way from beginning till now. It works in a way. You can sort of adapt it to your living situation,
now,
but not a societal living situation.
No, it's because remember the minute you adapt it, it becomes, we give it the term tradition.
Isigo.
Yeah,
it becomes isigo.
It becomes tradition because tradition is a daily practice, but then Isintu is basically culture.
Isintu is culture.
Yeah, so
tradition
you're saying culture
is
versus
isigo.
So you basically saying
I'm saying
culture versus spirituality.
I'm saying that it is, I believe in African culture or African spirituality than just culture and just spirituality. But specifically African, something that is from our continent, something we have been taught from our grandmothers, our forefathers, our ancestors, something that has been passed down from generation to generation. Not something that can be found in every single place, but something that can be found in your home. Egini. That is why I
man, no, but
okay, no, but then wait.
That is why I touched.
Wait, I need to make one last point.
I know previous episode I touched on Isithakazelo zasekhaya.
Sure.
You understand? Something that is very powerful to me.
And has a deep meaning.
Abantu basekhaya, okazite, we are very proud of ourselves.
Yeah.
That is something that gets put into you like on a daily basis. Ekhaya, when we are around each other as the boys, we call each other MY. You understand? We speak to each other like that because that is Isintu sasekhaya. Yeah, it's respect. Whether it's my uncle calls me Mwai. My uncle is 40 something. I'm 18. Yeah. But he will call me that out of respect of the fact that I share blood with him.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
The fact just because I share blood with him and I've lived in the same home as him, we have that pride in ourselves.
Yeah.
That is why I remember, I'll call you back to the day I was announced as chairperson for the RCL. Why the first one person who I solely respect for this and I'm thankful for is Ukia from the RCL body. She calls me Gazite. She hardly calls me Akani. Most of the time she'll call me Gazite. And I love that. Because it is my name. It is who I am. I am Gazite. Gazite. When I was announced as RCL, the whole hall that day. Gazi. You understand? My dad went home that day so happy and so proud because not only was I being praised, but he was being praised that way.
And also the family.
The family. I had put the family name in a place that had never been in Wilomo High School. In Wilomo High School, there was no Gazite until I get there.
You made it happen.
I made that happen at Wilomo High. People were shouting our family name. Not because they were shouting my name. Nah. They were shouting our family name. Okay, that's what made him proud. And I think things like that is why I say African culture, because that is specifically and only for African people. When you bring spirituality into it, then you are letting it happen for Johnson. You're letting it happen for Muhola. You're letting it happen for Muhammad. You understand? Like anyone can just say, I am here, and because they've studied and they've practiced this, they can go with it.
I say this thing will never end?
Okay, wait. Okay, fine.
Whoa.
Right. So now, I hear what you say, bro. I hear what you say, but look at it in the sense of you can't have one without the other.
Why is that?
As much as we say Isintu is specific to black people, one can say that Isintu is basically a translation of spirituality, but
no, it's not.
Because with Isintu, you're still also in tune with yourself and your ancestors at the same time.
Okay, hold that thought.
Right. Look at it this way, bro. You can't have
one without the other.
Why
do you say that?
Because culture, going back to when the white people hadn't came, the thing is, I think the problem lies with spirituality is an English term, and that's what you're fighting.
Yeah.
We don't have an African word for spirituality. That's the problem. But let's just refer to it as that.
Okay, so why as Africans do we take spirituality if there's no African term for it?
No, we're just giving it a name.
But why?
Remember, if you can't name it, you can't claim it. That's the problem.
So, as an African, you shouldn't be claiming spirituality if you can't name it as an African.
But spirituality is all about embracing being in tune with yourself. And
I'm not saying
with me when I say that?
I'm not saying the teachings are wrong. The are very great teachings, by the way.
But
that's not what I'm saying.
You're saying that they are free to everyone.
I am saying that anybody can take that teaching on. And that is where my problem comes. I don't want anybody to have what I have. There's a reason I hold African spirituality or Isintu to such high regard, and it's because it is exclusive to Africans, to the point where even the Africans that were taken as slaves have lost their spirituality. They have lost Isiko labo.
That's a great point.
You understand? Because they are not they are not African anymore. So they can't they can't do what they did when they were African.
I understand
that is the power that Isiko has. But then again, somebody can be spiritual lana in South Africa, then move to UK and not practice anything, and then just their child learns about spirituality, and then their child becomes spiritual again. I'm telling you now, no American Johnson or whatever will ever be African until they reclaim their African surname, until they reclaim his Tagazelo Sagibo, until they reclaim the land that their ancestors were born in.
That'll never happen. Here. Come back home.
And that'll never happen.
That's not what I'm fighting.
But my fight is that spirituality is too powerful and too exclusive. African spirituality, by the way, is too powerful and too exclusive to be put in a place where anyone can have it.
Then
I will say, and I don't know if you disagree with me or not, but spirituality, the one Lelo and you are slowly